राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय किमवचनीयं किं वचनीयं किमवचनीयं किं रचनीयं किमवचनीयं किं रचनीयं किमरचनीयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं किं पठनीयं किमपठनीयं किं पठनीयं किमपठनीयं किं भजनीयं किमभजनीयं किं भजनीयं किमभजनीयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयो रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं किं बोधव्यं किमबोधव्यं किं बोधव्यं किमबोधव्यं किं भोक्तव्यं किमभोक्तव्यं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयो रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वत्र सदा सर्वत्र सदा हंसध्यानो सर्वत्र सदा हंसध्यानं कर्तव्यं भो मुक्तिनिदानं कर्तव्यं भो मुक्तिनिदानं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयो रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं ब्रह्ममयो रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् भक्तापाय भुजङ्गगारूढमणिः त्रैलोक्य रक्षामणि गोपीलोचन जातकाम्बुजमणिः सौन्दर्य मुद्रामणिः एकान्तामणि रुक्मिणी गणकुचद्वन्द्वैक भूषामणिः श्रेयो देव शिखामणिः गोपाल गोपाल चूड़ामणि हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे नीर पीवन हेतु गयो सिंधु के किनारे सिंधु बीच बसत ग्राह चरण धरी पचारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे चार प्रहर युद्ध भयो ले गयो मझधारे नाक कान डूबन लाग्यो नाक कान डूबन लाग्यो कृष्ण को पुकारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे द्वारका में शब्द भयो शोर भयो भारे शंख चक्र गदा पदुम शंख चक्र गदा पदुम गरुडले सिधारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे सूर कहे श्याम सुनो शरण है तिहारे पार पार करो, अब तो भार पार करो। नंद के दुलारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल, हे गोविंद हे गोपाल, हे गोविंद राखो शरण, अब तो जीवन हारे, अब तो जीवन हारे, अब तो जीवन हारे, अब तो जीवन हारे।
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So when we took up this in quest of God, this time we are unable to move forward because each and every word, before starting the first chapter, Papa defined what is meant by Ram or what Ram stands for. There he mentioned that Ram is a mysterious, subtle and mysterious power. Birthless and deathless is he. He is in all. We have to keep on thinking because this is the purpose of asking us to go through it again. And yesterday we had a full day Mauna session. There were 5-6 programs in it. All now it's becoming clear. Papa is making us to have a direct understanding about the subtle and mysterious power. Whether we are chanting the mental chanting of Ram Nam, because Ram, who is Ram? That Ram cannot be objectified, so we have to remove all that stands for object. So the first session was that we hear Ram Nam for some time, a slow chanting Ram Nam, then we try to hear. We try to hear mean we are trying. No, that expression is not right. An effort is made to distance from the chanter. To hear the chanting means an effort to distance from the chanter. We get a glimpse of the power, subtle and mysterious power. Similarly, the second one was
watching your thoughts.
concentrating on walking. So when we start walking, because everybody cannot sit for a long time, we are all active in our life. So if you sit after some time the mind will become uncontrollable. So another change after 45 minutes. There we walk. We are supposed to watch our steps. Again here, watching our steps enables to distance from the environment. Please think over it. It is not that we are just walking and watching. That watching process will enable us to have a glimpse of that subtle and mysterious power.
Swami, that means watcher. That means watcher.
Watcher. Then the second was watching the thoughts. Again, the watcher is the real you, the self-immortal. Again, that will also help us to know the subtle and mysterious power. And seva. Seva, we were out cleaning. Initially, the mind will be occupied in that work. But when we are fully involved in it, the act of doing will not be there. And a little more introvert mind will think, how is it that we can pick the old leaves, put it in a place, what is going on? There also indirectly, directly we are getting connected to the subtle, mysterious power. Then comes the Likita Nama Japa. There we have been asked not simply writing, we chant and write. So there also the mind, outgoing tendency of the mind is to curtail some extent. That also indirectly, directly enables us to have a glimpse of the subtle and mysterious power. Then the next one was watching the breathing. Breathing is the expression of the life force. So when we are watching, how does the inhalation and exhalation, how it is going on? That means distancing from the inhalation and exhalation. Again, slowly we find it is leading to that power. Then, second walking session, hearing the sounds from the leaves, wind, chirping of the birds and the like. That we will be able to do it only when the mind is totally free, Otherwise, how will we hear? If the mind is crowded with thoughts on something else, we will not be able to hear. So those of us who have been trying, slowly the witness consciousness must be there. That makes us aware of the subtle things like, dropping of the leaf, sound of the leaf, chirping of the birds. So directly or indirectly we are getting connected to the subtle and mysterious power again. Then comes trying to feel the gap between words of the mantra, gap between the mantra during the mental chanting. Indirect way of telling, becoming conscious of the consciousness. And consciousness is nothing but subtle and mysterious power. Gap between the thoughts, gap between the words, gap between. So when we become aware of it, that also directly connects us to the subtle and mysterious power. Then the last session was reflect on the power behind seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. Suddenly we try to realize, how does it happen? Not only these organs of action and perception, umpty number of organs are there in our body. Now mention has been made about it. Vital organs. Starting from the brain, heart, apart from these five sense organs, five organs of action and perception plus liver, pancreas, huh? Stomach, larger intestine, smaller intestine, lungs, so there are so many. Now all you see, when you see a dead body, nothing this happened. One life force, when it is passed through all these organs, how it gives varied experiences, varied expressions, not the same. But the moment this is disconnected, finished. Get an inkling about this subtle and mysterious. It can't be objectified, it can't be explained. How do I see? What is the seeing factor in me, hearing factor in me, tasting factor in me, the throbbing of the heart, the factor in me. So the last one also, that is this trying to reflect on the power behind this, it directly makes us to reach the subtle and mysterious power. So now we can understand the Mauna session is a journey now. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are being taken to that source. And when it is done knowingly, the sweetness will be there. And it is for this purpose that we are chanting His name. It is for this purpose that all our sadhanas, we are doing it. Subtle and mysterious power. Which that word he introduces at the very start of this book. So every day, morning 5 to 10 minutes, we pray to Him to direct our attention on this subtle and mysterious power when the mind is fresh. Because if the mind is restless, it can't be, because then it will not have the opportunity to turn inward. So preferably when we get up in the morning and we do not react with anything. Yesterday the advantage was full day Mauna means we are not talking to anybody, we are not reacting to anybody. We are free from the usual routine. To some extent there is a withdrawal. Mind may be turbulent, but still nothing more is added on that day. By the time we start doing it, our telephone comes, or mobile comes, or some information comes, somebody comes. Again, we are all taken out. So one day Mauna, when we abstain from involving ourselves to that gives a fillip. And there are varieties, not simply sitting. Because the mind needs some different types of approach. Though later on we will realize that everything is pointed toward the awareness of the subtle and mysterious power. So until we get grounded, we have to have all these different types of approach. Otherwise, mind has got a knack of taking us away. Again, if you go through all these 5 sitting sessions, 2 walking session, 1 seva session, like that, when we go through that, we find ultimately everything is pointing out towards or directing us towards the subtle and mysterious power Ram. We now pray, we are praying to Him, please make us. Yesterday everybody said, those who have attended, they were all very, very happy about it. And many people at the time of taking prasad, they said they will come again next month. Because they trip back. Unknowingly, they may not, nobody will be able to explain in so many words. But an inexplicable experience. Especially gents were sitting in the garden. If at all we open, we see only the sky, the tree, the leaves, the earth, the air, we feel the air. So, very much with the Mother Nature. So, Mauna session is not for a Mauna session. Mauna session is intended to give us some clarity about this subtle and mysterious power whose name we are chanting. And for realization of this, we are involved in our labeled sadhana. Labeled sadhana. Whether I do it or not, he is with us. To know that, I have to do some labeling, All actions are there, that is all blessed by that. But I am not aware. So we name certain activities as sadhana to know this fundamental principle who has been with us, who is with us, whether we know it or not, whether we recognize it or not. This clarity should come to us.
We are watching, we realize when you are watching, at that time we are realize the stillness and the action is at a time. Stillness and action at a time.
It's okay. Ultimately, if we are clear, we are trying to understand this power behind, then even the thought will not come. The intellect will not be analyzing it. The analysis is not there. Intellect has no role, to be very frank. In this inward journey, intellect has no role. If at all it rises up, it can only create hurdles. Because we are not initiating any action. Mostly, but we have been hearing, watching. So the watcher is the real you, the self-immortal. That's all.
There is no action.
Beyond that, the intellect has no job.
Immediately, intelligence is there. Intelligence is also there.
Intelligence is there, but intelligence as such. Mysterious power means life force, consciousness, intelligence. Though to enable us to understand, it is one and the same. It is not separate. Consciousness means intelligence absolute. Consciousness is perceptible through life force. So three are not separate, but just imagine now our life force in our body and the consciousness. When both are intertwined only, we exist. And every moment is activated by that intelligence. Not the intelligence that we normally think of. That is why we should not allow the intellect to interpret. This intelligence it's called omniscient, wisdom absolute. It is not the intelligence that we understand as intelligent. From it comes, When we watch ourselves, all these things will become clear to us. Nothing is coming from outside. Everything is coming from inside. So Papa was blessed with this experience in the first 2 years itself, as soon as he started chanting. Because he was very clear that the Ram stands for subtle and mysterious power.
Now, yesterday we had 2 hours silent this thing in Chennai, Premnagar Swamiji.
Very good.
And mind did not go turbulent, but your whole talk was centered on Satsang Swami is advised us to us like that. So there's an improvement in our keeping silence.
Okay, very good. Very good, very good. We should be now concentrating on this subtle and mysterious power. Pray to him, cry, weep, appeal. Somehow you are there, I have no doubt about it, but make me aware. I am not asking anything more. So that was what yesterday we were discussing, and then, where is it I have kept? So then, with that background, we entered into the first chapter. First chapter, 2-3 words we discussed, What was that?
Where is relief, where is rest?
Where is relief, where is rest? This was the heart's cry of Ramdas. Great void. Great void. Then.
You can highlight it, Swamiji. Click on the second icon over there. Second one.
Then. Great void. Achha, what does it touch and kindle in us?
Second one.
Just like this subtle and mysterious power, this is the first word he used for God. The cry was heard, from the great void came the voice, despair not, trust me, you shall be free, thou shalt be free. And this was the voice of Ram. From the great void.
யாருக்கு கேட்குறதோ அவளுக்கு மட்டும் கிளியரா யாருக்கு அது தெரியுதோ அவளுக்கு மட்டும் அது ரொம்ப கிளியரா அது பர்சனலா ஒன்றும் இல்லை வெரி கிளியர் காந்திஜி படிச்சது.
Great void can be interpreted as a where all the knowables have been removed. Thinking process has stopped. Only consciousness remains. So that is why we are finding it difficult to understand. Thoughts define so many things, So then it can't be void. When thoughts are set at rest, what emerges is that void. So with the thought, however much we try, we may not be able to understand. Some examples we can say, space. Space accommodates everything, but space does not get affected by anything. Because space is totally free from all conditionings. That is why, to understand a bucket, when we say, suppose we take payasam there, it will not object, it will not be happy, it will not be unhappy, neutral. Afterwards, we clean and put spicy stuff, it will not complain. Afterwards, you clean and put bitterness, Karela sambar, it will not. But for everything it is provided, but it does not get affected at all. That space, That is how the space has been brought to understand this. Void of what? Void of all known things, known and knowable things. So So however much we try to explain, it will not. Papa has not mentioned anything about later, but he first introduced great void, G and V capital. This also takes us to the subtle and mysterious power. And then he says that was the voice of Ram. So that means in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes morning session, suppose we bring these two words. You are there in the form.
Papa's total worldly affairs failure made him to go inside, or already he had that inner urge to go to inside.
Oh, he's asked.
Papa can say all these things, What you say is right. Okay, giving allowance that Papa can say all these things because he had withdrawn from the all. We are very much with the all involvements, where the me and mind plays a crucial role every minute of our existence. That is the problem we are facing, no doubt. That is the problem all of us are facing. So now, because we are sitting and hearing now, something can go inside. He may have some reason why he makes us to go through that. He knows our limitations. He was doing it in his 38th year. We are many of us are double or more than that. And so much of means we have got baggage. That surrender is not there, though we say so many things. He has not made us to catch the crux, that which is essential, vital. Accepting that he is making us to do it under the banner of spiritual journey or sadhana. The most important thing he somehow makes us to avoid, because it is not within the reach of the mind intellect. So
what I want to know is the inner turmoil or the outside condition that prompts us to go inside.
Outer conditions and inner calling both should go together, then only we go.
Swamiji, inner urge முதல்ல அது ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருந்ததுன்னா அப்போ அவுட்டர் நடக்கிறதெல்லாம் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் ஃபெயிலியரா ஷட் டவுன் ஆயிடும்னு தோணுது சுவாமிஜி. ஷட் டவுன் ஆனாதான் அப்பதான் அந்த இன்னர் அர்ஜ்ல நம்ம மர்ஜ் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு தோணுது. இன்னர் அர்ஜ் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்பார்க், அங்கிருந்து தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிருக்குமோன்னு தோணுது சுவாமிஜி.
അവരുടെ കതറത്താൻ വേണം. നമ്മ ചമത്തിലൊന്നും ഇല്ലയേ.
வெளியில எவ்வளோ ஃபெயிலியர் ஆனாலும் நம்ம ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா அதை ஃபேஸ் பண்றதுக்கு ரெடி ஆயிடுறோம். ஆனா அந்த இன்னர் அர்ஜ் வராதனால, இன்னர் அர்ஜ் ரொம்ப இன்டென்ஷனா அது ஸ்ட்ராங்கா ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு சொன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா இதெல்லாம் க்ளோஸ் ஆகி ஃபெயிலியர் ஆயிடும் அப்படின்னு தோணுது.
இந்த மாதிரிலாம் வரட்டும். சேர்னிங் நடக்கிறத நமக்கு என்ன சூட்டபிளோ அது ஈ வில் ஓப்பன் அப். There can't be any uniformal method. That is definite. എല്ലാം വേറെ വഴിയില്ലേ. നമ്മ ചമത്തിലാണ് இதுக்கு முன்னாடி காட் ரியலைசேஷன் வந்திருக்குமே, வரலையே.
அவர் கிரேஸ் நம்ம அது கதறி கதறி கேட்டாக்கா கூட நம்ம கம்ஃபர்டபிள் ஜோன்ல இருந்து வர முடியலையே.
அது
மறந்தா தானே நம்மளால அவர் நமக்கு கிரேஸ் கொடுப்பார்.
அது எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணுறதுக்கு முயற்சி பண்ணமேம்மா. இப்போ நேற்றுக்கு நம்ம அந்த ஒரு மௌன டேன்னு சொல்கிறத ஒரு நாட் 1% ഒരു സെൽഫ് ഡിനയൽ വരവില്ല. ഒരു അതിൽ തന്നെ ഇതെല്ലാം കിടക്കരുത്. മറ്റേതൊരു ഇൻ്റലക്ച്വൽ ലെവലൊരു ഡിസ്കഷൻ നടക്കരുത്. ஒரு த்ரில்லிங் கிடைக்கிறது, அதோடு போயிடுறது. பட் நேற்றுக்கு பண்ணது என்ன பார்க்கணும்னா ஒரு சின்ன மைக்ரோஸ்கோப்பிக் சொல்லுவாளே அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சின்ன செல்ஃப் டினையல். இப்போ இங்கேயாக்கும் சொன்னால் சிலவாளுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கொசு அடிச்சிருக்கும், அதோட சூடு வந்திருக்கும், வெளியில் உட்கார்றது ஃபேன் இருக்காது, நடக்கணும், சேவால் இது பண்ணணும், உட்காண்டிருக்கணும், வாயத்துறக்காக்கி இருக்கணும், ஸோ மெனி திங்ஸ் இல்லை, யார்கிட்டையும் இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணாக்கி இருக்கணும். ஸோ இது தெரியாமல் நம்ம வந்து வென் வி இம்போஸ் சம்திங் ஆன் அஸ் which normally it has its own play, when that is suspended for a short while, 6 to 8 hours, we find some glimpse, அப்போ அதுலேருந்து என்ன உருவாகிறது, என்னாவது நம்ம சேர்த்த நமக்கு கிடைக்கும், அதுலேருந்து തന്നെ இப்படி தான் போகும். நம்ம கேட்போம் இதெல்லாம், தென் ஒன்றும் மாற்றம் வராது. இப்போ கொஞ்சம் கூடி கிளியராக புரிய தொடங்கும். இந்த மாதிரி இன்ட்ரோவர்ட்டட் ஜேர்னி இருக்கிறத when we are knowingly or unknowingly taken to this inward journey, all these things will become a little more clearer to us than what we were reading previously. Because the thrust is slowly shifted to Ram, who stands for the subtle and mysterious power. So we are praying to him, you make our grip more and more firm. Whatever you may ask us to do under the banner of sadhana, but let our grip on this cardinal one, vital one, subtle and mysterious power, because of which me, the individual, functions. And like that, everybody functions. And one more thing, he heard the answer. So in our case, we don't feel we are hearing his voice. So again, pleading to him. You were able to hear the voice of the indwelling reality. Please enable us to do that.
சுவாமிஜி, அப்பா ரொம்ப பியூரா இருந்தார் சுவாமிஜி. நம்மெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு அத்தனை பியூரிட்டி இல்லை. அந்த பியூரிட்டி ஆஃப் த மைண்ட்.
ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். ஆனால் ஒரு important point we must keep it in our mind. We are all his children, God's children. Yeah. So we are entitled to enjoy his properties, attributes. Adinale we are not invalid. We are not written off. At the moment, our mind has not been trained, that's all. So we don't have to feel dispirited. All these years, you did not make us to get the seriousness of it. You made us to prioritize so many things. Though superficially you were linking, you were making us to think about you. But now it is slowly getting a little more serious. By this time, our mind and intellect, body, mind, and intellect are not cooperating to the extent it could have. So this limitation is there. Within that limitation, you must make me aware of your presence. Appadi kekalame?
Yes, Swamiji.
கிடைக்கிறதோ கிடைக்கலையோ அது நம்ம கேட்கலாமே. நான் உங்ககிட்ட தானே வந்தேன் நானா எனக்கு இண்டிபெண்டாக எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ஸ் கிடையாது. ஐ ஹவ் நோ எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் மை செல்ஃப். Intellectually I have understood that. And that being the truth, I am entitled to enjoy your properties. So please, if you have delayed in making me aware of this, and if you have allowed my baggage to get stuffed with so many things, that's all right, but still, I am your child. I am a part of you. Enable me to realize this fact. That is enough. I am not asking for anything else. Appadi the number original prayer should come. Original prayer. So the great void, then pleading, then how it facilitated to hear the answer. And the moment he heard that answer, the other day we were reading Gandhiji's words also, you know. Previously when we were reading it, we were unable to understand how can he, because he is not an object. So how can the voice, later on when we go deeper, we will find even these sounds are coming, sound is coming, you know. What does the individual do for that? If that can become a reality, why not the other one also become a reality? So these encouraging words of Ram proved like a plank through, all these are there, no? How it became sweet. That Papa's flowery words. These encouraging words of Ram proved like a plank thrown towards a man struggling for very life in the stormy waves of a raging sea.
Actually, Swamiji, I personally don't think it's just flowery words. It is the word showing the depth of his emotion.
No, whatever it may be, what is there in the... that is why it is not going inside, you know. The moment we hear this word, we get stuck with this raging sea, this one sea, that one sea, object, you know.
Okay. We are not looking at the depth of the emotion actually. Okay. But
we appreciate that. That is called flowery words. It is not, it does not convey the truth directly. Okay. But that is the only way by which he could express himself.
Depth of his emotion.
So we leave what the flowery word and then we try to go to the sweetness. That is what he wants to convey.
The depth of his emotion.
Thenceforward, a part of the time that was formerly totally devoted to worldly affairs was taken up for the meditation of Ram, who for that period gave him real peace and relief. So all these things came because of the contemplation, no? Contemplating and becoming aware of the sweetness that has been granted to him. And to keep up that sweetness, you know, that sweetness was made a living reality because of meditation. Purely an internal affair. And then, the more Ramdas meditated on and uttered his name, the greater the relief and joy he felt. So we take it now that chanting started to keep up that remembrance. Otherwise the mind may go back to its own. So first he had a glimpse of that experience to get riveted to that. He used the method of chanting. That is why he always says, later on we have found, chanting is for remembrance, chanting is for remembrance, chanting is for remembrance. So meditated and chanted. What did you say? What did you say, Sharma?
Repeat.
No?
No, Kalamami is saying repeat it.
Probably so.
இல்ல அவர் மைண்ட் அப்படியே மைண்ட் தான் அப்ளை பண்ணணும்னு கேக்குறாரு.
I think he is not able to hear.
போய் அப்படியே மைண்ட் தான் மைண்ட் மூலமா தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியும். Object, no, there is no object in Suraya.
It's all right, it's all right. Meditation of Ram, who for that period gave him real peace, and gradually the more meditated, okay, which are in course of time, the greater the relief and joy. Nights which are free from worldly duties were in course of time utilized for Ram Bhajan with scarcely 1 or 2 hours rest. His devotion of Ram progressed by leaps and bounds. Another word, devotion. So it was not some intellectual this thing. The closeness he was feeling. Individual is there. Individual is slowly tasting the presence of the spirit behind it and develops an intimate relationship which is called devotion. So we can say great void, prayer, great void, hearing his voice, then
intimate devotion.
Sweetness, then to keep up that sweetness, meditation, and to again continue that chanting, then finally the devotional aspect. His devotion for Ram progressed by leaps and bounds. During the day, when cares and anxieties were besetting him due to monetary and other troubles, Ram was coming to his aid in unexpected ways. A very important point, because normally when we are involved in our usual Vyavaharik life, and when we are passing through stressful period, if somebody comes forward to help, we will immediately become grateful to him. We admire, we appreciate. But it is a relationship between individual to individual, the person who helped, Oh, he was so great, he pulled me out, all those things we say. But we don't see God behind it. So here, he was very clear. Ram was coming to his aid in unexpected ways. So identifying the role of Ram in anything and everything has started. Though 100% may not be there, it has started. During the day when cares and anxieties were besetting him due to monetary and other troubles, Ram was coming to his aid in unexpected ways. Now when we compare even today with all this intellectual knowledge, when somebody helps us, when we will only see, or when we see somebody helping somebody, we only see that individual, Even during our self-to-self journey, we had pointed out so many anecdotes. But it is from the individual to individual level. So the important point is he is behind, he is behind, he is behind. First step to acknowledge at the individual level. And when I know that I am not an individual by myself, that I am that subtle and mysterious power expressing through that individual, when that dawns in me, then I will not be seeing only the individual, I will also be seeing the power behind. So when he says Ram was coming to his aid, wonderful. So whenever free from worldly duties, be the period ever so small, another clue for us. He would meditate on Ram and utter his name. Walking in the streets, he would be uttering Ram, Ram. Ramdas was now losing attraction for the objects of the world. Another point. That means the space is now slowly evicted of all these, mind space. Comforts. Sleep, then sleep except for 1 or 2 hours in the night was given up for the sake of Ram. Fineries in clothes and dress were replaced by coarse color. Bed was substituted by a mere mat. Food first 2 meals were reduced to 1 meal a day, and after some time this too was given up for plantains and boiled potatoes. Chilies and salt were totally eschewed. No taste but for Ram. Meditation of Ram continued apace. This meditation, keep on coming on, It encroached upon the hours of the day and the so-called worldly duties. So it was not that he was hearing and keeping quiet, no. He was bringing all these changes, self-denial. Not for the sake of self-denial, but to find enough space in our mind for his thought. At this stage one day, Ramdas's father came to him sent by Ram and calling him aside gave him the Upadesh of Ram Mantram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, assuring him that if he repeated this mantram at all times, Ram would give him eternal happiness. Not at all word, no? Happiness, something it comes and goes, eternal happiness that will stays with us. Here also one more point. Papa did not go in for anything, He did not ask for it. And father did not come for this purpose. Father was contacted by other sons, brothers of Papa, that he is behaving something, in not the normal way, and something is wrong with him. So, because he has great regard for father, he from Udupi rushed up to Mangalore. This is what Papa himself has written in one of his articles. So when he saw Papa's face, he suddenly could realize, because he has also gone far ahead in the spiritual journey. So he could easily gauge, it is nothing wrong with him. What happened to you, my son? That's what he asked,
Making me chant.
Ram's father was knowing that people attain happiness, which is
when he was passing through this stage, Ramdas's father by his old birth, who later became Guru, heard about his condition and got alarmed. You see, that's why he came. Many disturbing reports reached him that Ramdas was behaving strangely and was neglecting worldly duties. They considered that it was all due to some derangement of his brain, which could be cured by medicine. Such was the impression people had of him, and that was conveyed to his father, who was then in Udupi. As soon as he heard this news about his son, he ran down to see him. He did not come for initiation, just imagine. He looked at Ramdas and understood him. Ramdas was seen repeating Ramnam always. He had lost all interest in the world. The father asked, "Son, what are you doing?" Ramdas replied, "God is making me repeat Ram Ram." He looked happier and addressed Ramdas. "Instead of you repeating only Ram Ram, I will give you a mantra which I received from a sannyasi. Just take it." He called Ramdas inside the house, initiated him with the mantra Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and said, "If you repeat this mantra constantly, you will attain eternal happiness." So not the traditional way of initiation, no? But at the same time, we considered it as an initiation, though he later on added. He had started chanting Ram Ram. Then father gave him Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Later on, he added Om to it. And he gave a meaning. What this Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram stands for. So this is the background. So at this stage, one day, Ramdas's father came to him, sent by Ram, you see. There also he was able to see that. Calling him aside, gave him the Upadesh of Ram Mantram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, assuring him that if he repeated this mantra at all times, Ram would give him eternal happiness. This initiation from the father, who has thereafter been looked upon by Ramdas as Gurudev, hastened on the aspirant in his spiritual progress. Off and on, he was prompted by Ram to read the teachings of Sri Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita. First he is bringing in Bhagavad Gita, no? Buddha, the light of Asia, Jesus Christ, the New Testament, Mahatma Gandhi, young India and ethical religion. The young plant of bhakti in Ram was thus nurtured in the electric atmosphere created by the influence of these great men on the mind of humble Ramdas. It was at this time that it slowly dawned upon his mind that Ram was the only reality and all else was false. Slowly, you use the word, no? Slowly dawned upon. I think this expression can come only when he starts identifying the subtle and mysterious power in anything and everything he comes in contact with.
I think he doesn't know his mic is on.
So it was at this time that it slowly dawned upon his mind that Ram was the only reality, all else was false. All else was false, unreal. While desires for the enjoyment of worldly things were fast falling off. This is self-evaluation, no? The consideration of me and mine was also wearing out. the sense of possession and relationship was vanishing. Me and mine. All thought, all mind, all heart, all soul was concentrated on Ram. Ram covering up and absorbing everything. Let us keep on praying and do whatever he prompts from within with an ardent aspiration, intense aspiration to make us know of his presence. At this moment, whatever he has done, none of us will be able to do it. Practical. But at the same time, he is now facilitating us to think about it. Especially those of us who are senior citizens, the mind-intellect, body-mind-intellect will have its own limitations. So within the parameters, what can we do? We intensely say, please, all these things are there. All these things we cannot do. But at the same time, you have made us to aspire for the awareness of your presence within. You have to devise some other method. Let us not be, we have understood the thing that had happened in your 38th year. Between 38 and 40, you could do that. Though you were all living like us, you could do that. God blessed you to do that. That sort of aspiration he did not give to us. Though at some level we have great admiration and we derive some joy by getting in touch with you, by knowing about you in different Mahatmas form, by praying and doing so many activities through Ishtadevadas. So many things we are given. But now we realize it was not pointing towards the essential thing in us. Somehow we were carried away, outside. Because we have not realized your presence within, we were unable to see you outside. In your first chapter itself, you have mentioned Ram covering up everything. So enough for all of us, enough food for all of us for thought. The first chapter. Again, those who have got that book may kindly go through and then try to contemplate and pray to him, with all, not that we can do anything what Papa had done, absolutely ruled out. Let us not have that. Within the parameters of ourselves, which is also caused by him, which theoretically we can say caused by him. So we are now praying to him.
Cry for him till he wakes up strongly.
To cry to him.
You continue to cry, he shows up.
We should continue to cry.
Correct. That can come because there is an assurance that if the grace, suppose it breaks open the aperture, it can come at any time. We don't have to lose hope. Of course, he wants the price, full price, our intensity, our commitment, our undivided attention. So let us try that in the 5 to 10 minutes every day. It will surely help. Not to be satisfied with our usual activity, let it all go. But this 5 to 10 minutes every day, there is an intense effort to
Devotion.
To feel His presence. Let us try to do that. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Pranam Swamiji.